In this video, we'll talk about the result settings panel of app-based.io dashboard within the search relevancy control plane. The result settings lets you set a variety of options like what would the page size be, which fields to return, which fields to exclude, how the highlighting should work. And so we'll take a deeper look at them. Page size is pretty intuitive. As the name suggests, you can set the page size. I will set the size to 2, so it's easy for us to observe the changes. Include fields and exclude fields are amazing features because they let you reduce the payload that needs to be sent as part of the network request by the service, which in turn implies improved latency. And by only returning the fields that are relevant, you can encapsulate your business logic from the users who never need to see certain kinds of data. So I think these 3 fields look good for the moment. So we'll see how this works. We will leave the highlighting to be off for the moment, and we'll just take a look at the search results. So as expected, we only see 2 results. If we hit load more, we should see another 2 results. We have a net of 4 results. I can search for coffee and we get some results. But because highlighting isn't enabled, we can't see that coffee matched. And so what we'll do is go back here and enable the highlighting. And we can also decide which fields to highlight on. So the only field we care about highlighting right now is the name field. And we'll leave the rest of the defaults as they are for now. Okay, maybe we need to save this before it gets applied. So let's go and save this. All right, now that the settings are saved, we'll search for coffee and we can see that the highlighting works as expected. So that's the result settings panel in a nutshell. And again, these settings, once you set from the control plane, you don't need to set them from your search application's user interface. So if we go back here, and this is showing something that's older, reload this pane here. You can see that even my UI is showing only 2 results. And that is because it's taking the 2 page size value from the control plane. We can override this by setting the size explicitly over here. Let's say I set it to 5. And when I save this, it should now show me 5 results if I reload this. So I can now see that there are 5 results coming up instead of 2. And so control plane is really good. It acts as a good default, but it still lets the developer set more specificity via the app's interface. And the best way to use it is to really only set it from the control plane, and that way you can deploy changes to page size, which fields to return, whether to enable highlighting or not, directly from the control plane, deploy it visually without having to ever change any code.